Welcome, welcome, welcome to Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise. Aquarius, how are you guys doing today? Ooh, what a beautiful day. It's just gorgeous outside. Can you feel it? Can you feel that energy? It's like a positive energy. I feel so good today. I was just feeling this love type floating in the air. These connections, people are starting to get in tune with themselves. Summer brings out the best in us sometimes. Sometimes the worst, but most of the time the best because you feel free. You feel lighthearted. You feel like you could flap your wings. The energy seems so positive. Before we even get started, I know y'all get tired of me pushing this breathing thing, but let me tell you something. It helps so much to inhale and exhale in our space. This is where we come together to seek out answers to our questions. So let's lighten the energy. Let's lighten the arena, the realm, the space, so that we can get in touch and in the right zone to hear the messages that are meant for us. Is that okay with you guys? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You could release it any which way you choose. You could shake it off. It's up to you how you let go and release any energy that's not meant to be with you or on you. I want to see what's the messages in store for us. Let us know, Source Spirits, show us what we need to see. Release these messages to us. It's such a nice feeling when you just get in tune with yourself and you're in your space, seeking out answers to your questions and listening out for the messages. You know how beautiful that is? Do you guys know how beautiful that is? Woo! All right. We have Three of Swords. Devil. Ooh. Ooh, want to seek some of our energy. Let's see. Oof. Let's see what is going on. What's going on? What's going on behalf of our Aquarius? I see you making some serious decisions. And it's like you're in tune with somebody. There's somebody that you are in love with. You are in love with. Oh my gosh. This person is helping you to see things differently. You are torn with this person. Your heart is involved in everything. You're celebrating, but you don't know if you're making the right decision or not. You're wanting Source to help you because it has you tied and not you just like feeling this relationship all the way. Wow, 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 wow. What is going on? What is going on? And the thing is that you're not lining up completely with your feelings because you're unsure. This person has your heart. I love that. This person has your heart. They make you feel a certain way. You know what? When you are like this, I already know what's going on. When you are like this and all caught up in your feelings, you're making moves. You're taking serious action, but you don't want your heart to be broken again. You're starting new with this person, but it may not be a new person. It may be you rekindling an old real relationship because I'm seeing this tug of war that's going on with your heart. Whew, this person, oh my goodness. And then it's the same. It's such a positive energy. You are happy. You are happy. I'm loving this. You are so confident in all that you are doing. Oh my goodness. Look at this. You are having, wow. You know what's nice about this, Aquarius? This has you in knots. This relationship has you torn in knots because you putting it all out there. Your heart is all out there. You are testing the waters by doing something different. From all the lessons that you have learned along the way, you are starting to apply them now in your life because you're looking forward to all that is to come. Wow. Look at that. And where the heart, where you are rejuvenating yourself, replenishing yourself, you got that card twice. Everything is fine. All will be well. And you're recognizing, you notice that this is the last card that we turned over. You're willing to fight family and friends for this person that has stepped back into your life. And that might have been the problem before, listening to other people. Because I see abundance with the two of you coming together. You know, this is like one of my favorite cards, the King of Pentacles. When I tell you I love this card, I love the positive energy that comes from it. I love the abundance, long-term abundance that comes from it, the growth potential, enjoyment, excitement, looking forward to things. One of my favorite cards, I'll say. Whenever anybody gets that card, I know they're well on their way. And you know, people follow you. People look at you for answers, and you want to show them that even though there's been mishaps along the way, you're falling down, you got back up. You're not giving up on yourself, and you're replenishing. Look at the star. Look at the water. Look at that. Like new beginnings. The sun is shining. The star is shining. Life is bright. You're optimistic. You're looking towards the future. And this time around, you know what's really compelling is the fact that because of all that you have gone through, everything that has transpired in your life, the experiences that you have had, you're not allowing the voices of others to distract you on your path anymore. There are people that have come for this relationship, tried to destroy this relationship, always got something to say about this relationship, and you and this person pulled away because of the voices of other people. And after all this time, you realize that no matter who you're with, who you marry, you guys were always meant to be together. And now the slate is clean. You're pulling together because you realize after testing the waters that the people you've tested the waters with were not the people meant for you in your life. But you had to go around the mulberry bush to get back at this point, this focal point where you realize that the person you always loved and wanted to be with was there all the time. You just never applied them. You all figured that it was over and it was done with. And that's why you feel so attached in this relationship. It was a toxic relationship. And now you all have grown from it. And there's something that keeps the two of you binded together. But now that you all have started to recognize and get in tune with your feelings and realize that life without the other is non-existent, you put your petty grievances and your little salty and toxic issues aside and realize it's time to grow up. It's time to mend fences. It's time to forgive. It's time to get together because you're wasting life and you're wasting time. So that's why the decision has been so hard for you, because you've been feeling restricted. You know, like you're causing your own demise of this relationship. You've been indecisive because one minute you say it's done, and then the next minute you're trying to work things out. Look at that. One minute you're done, the next minute you're trying to work things out. You feel trapped and restricted because you know the moves you want to make, but you don't want to make them because of the issues you had in the past. You're focused too much on what was. Focus on what is and what can be from this relationship. If you don't want to be in it, fine. But this person has been seeking you out for years, and you were hurt by the things that this person did. So therefore you didn't want to hear what they had to say. And then you've had like birds in your ear whispering and chirping around telling you, oh, don't get back with this person. This person's not for you. Y'all can't work it out. And because of so many outside forces, it kind of blocked the passageway for anything to develop. And you all become more toxic because there's so many influences in the relationship. And now you've decided that you're going to bite the bullet. You're going to let people say whatever they want to say. But you know that your heart belongs to this person. And you know that everything is going to be fine. You know that you're going to celebrate and enjoy the celebration. You're going to have your family together. You're going to be happy. Y'all are going to mend fences and work things out. And you know how? Because the airways of communication have opened. They were shut down for a minute and you wasn't hearing what the other person is saying. Maybe one of you ghosted each other or blocked each other, but now you're going on this freedom path. It's like you want more out of life. You see yourself doing different things. You're not going to allow the hiccups in this world to make you destroy what you have. For the first time, you're replenishing yourself. You and from all the learnings that you've had, all the teachings, you are going to allow yourself to act on knowledge, not just emotion. You're going to feel your way and you're going to capture facts, not hearsay, not what other people think or say. This time, you're not going to put your heart on the line for it to be stabbed or hurt. That pain, that grief with this, and this was the first card out. So this is a relationship that has brought you heartache, grief, and for some reason you can't get that crap out your head. This is the one that got away. This is the one that took your heart from the beginning and left the scraps and pieces for others to pick up. This is the one that you want your family with, that you wanted a family with, that you keep holding in your heart dear to be in love with. And you've learned so much while you've been on your travels. And you're replenishing your thought process. You're looking at things from a different lens. You're not going to focus on what was and the pain that you endured. And yes, you've been indecisive. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to choose, but you keep moving forward, right? You're looking forward and people believe in what you're doing, what you're saying. You know that you can be assertive and you go after what you want. You get on your horse and you ride and you get that person in your life that you've always wanted. And you know what? You've learned to earn. You have more to offer than you did before. You know, you've been able to silence that aching for growth because you know what? You are on your best behavior because you've been able to place yourself first, and now you know what it's like to share with somebody else. And no matter who comes against you, you know that your mind is set right. You know the pain that you endured. You know everything is going to be fine. You know you're going to celebrate, okay? You know that you can see beyond the clouds. You can see over the horizon. You know what it takes to make yourself happy and to be happy with someone else. But before, Aquarius, you weren't in that mode. You weren't in that zone. You had that selfish ability where what you say goes. You're not going to, bend for anybody. You're not going to allow people to make you feel less than. But now you're hopeful. You have this feminine and nurturing spirit where you feel I could be my best self and be loving and caring and don't care what anybody has to say because I know what my heart is telling me. I know this person is for me. I know that I have the money now. I was able to build a life for myself. I worked hard to have what I have, and now I could share it with somebody that I love. I've achieved my many blessings, my rewards. I have all of this on my path and I'm enjoying the wealth. I'm enjoying my abundance. I know what's going on in my life and I know what I want. And you know what? Remember Mahogany, if you ever saw that movie? Billy D. Williams and Diana Ross, an older movie, I think from 78 or something around there. And she had all this money and everything. And Billy D said to her, because he wanted them to be together, but all that fame and fortune. And he said to her, success is nothing if you don't have someone to share it with. Aquarius, you have all that you need right now. You have all that you want. The only thing missing is the right person to share it with. You put the time, you put this faith, you put the energy, you had intentional actions, you kept moving. You see that movement? You just kept going and going and going because you know what you were working toward and you see the growth little by little on every one. Forward motion. You tackling all the challenges and making up your mind that you will be your best. You will succeed. So now that you have all of that, what are you doing with it? Ask yourself, all the money you need, you don't have to worry about your bills. You don't have to worry about your utilities. Your car is paid in full, all your bills. And you've been around. You've tested the waters. And you know what? The water that you want to keep for drinking and saving you hasn't been part of your circle in a long time. You've been through different pipes, but you know what? The one to give you the clarity, the understanding, and the love, and the wisdom, and the connection and the communication is what you need back in your life. And you're going to go all out at all costs to receive that. You're going all out. You're replenishing. You have one foot on the ground for that foundation, that stable and solid foundation where growth is taking place. And then you're replenishing your soul and your mind and your perspective by dipping in the water, which gives you your true nourishment. You are bare. You are down to the basics, and you realize what's important in your life. After you've reached your pinnacle in your life and you're able to say, I'm not allowing people to dictate my path. I'm following through on what it is I'm seeking. I'm optimistic. Oh, I know that I just want peace and love and tranquility in my life. I want a balance. I want to be able to stabilize and say, you know what? He loves me. She loves me. And I need to work on this. I need to communicate. I want growth to transpire. But you had to go around the mulberry bush before you got to the point where you need to be. So don't be upset with yourself, because every phase, every stage had a lesson embedded in it. And it puts you through some trials and tribulation. That's when you go, hallelujah. Because you know what? You've been through some shiggity. And you have still come out on top. You are still on top to be your best self and do your best work. So the trials and tribulations you went through were only placed there to make you stronger so you can get through these storms and you face everything head on. This is not a game. This is your life. So now the ups and downs and all these issues you ran into thinking that it was meant to keep you down. It wasn't meant to keep you down. As a matter of fact, it was meant to propel you up, because had you not learned through these experiences, you wouldn't be where you are right now, realizing that you have everything you need and everything you want. You just don't have that void in you don't have the person that you want to fill that void in your heart as of yet. And this is not somebody new. This is somebody from your past. And you're tired of going through all these new people, and what you really want, you let go many moons ago. So now you know what? After you've been through all and you've been around the mulberry bush, now you're putting your roots down. You're stable, and you can bring this person into your life to complement you and to mesh with you, because you know what? That's where your heart lies. And the latter years of your life, you want to know that you were able to allow your heart to be free and to love and to embrace who was meant to love it, who was meant to hold it, who was meant to be there for you, who was meant to propel you up so you could grow. And all these things this person shared with you previously before you even went through the mulberry bush. And you know what? Now you realize that that person was significant in your life, and they were meant to propel you, to help you to get to where you want to be, because you will end up turning around, going back to them for all the lessons they taught you and how they taught you how to love, and you didn't appreciate it at the time. And it's okay. We all have our ups and downs in life. We all learn through our experiences, some people sooner than others. But the point is, when you could follow your intuition and recognize and realize that, you know what? That taught me what real love is all about. Had you not had that experience, you wouldn't be able to be thinking from this perspective right now. But you had to experience what was out there because you thought the grass was green on the other side. And now you recognize and realize, hey, I lost out on a good thing because I wasn't as knowledgeable as I am now. And I realized that this person was always meant to be a part of my life. So some people may look at it as treading backwards, but no, it's going to get what was meant to be with me all along. Stop allowing the voices of other people to dictate your thoughts. You can listen to what they say if you choose, but decipher the information, look at the source, and listen to your intuition, and your heart will reveal to you the truth. That's what it's all about. Don't go through this life in this world holding on to past hurts. See what you can grasp out of it that will put more positive elements in your life. You got to go through stuff before you know what's for you and what's not. Some people got to go through other relationships to recognize, dang, you've seen that in movies where people think the grass is green and they're going to go somewhere else. And then they start recognizing all the great traits of the person they had in their life in the beginning. And it's like nobody measures up, no matter if they don't want to admit it or not. They will stay in a relationship just to prove that they were right and the other person was wrong, but they know what their heart says. And then that one time, you might see a picture float across your desk, your computer, your laptop. You know, you forever have a connection with that person, and something just awakens your soul, awakens your spirit, and you're like, dang, I really miss so and so. All I had to do was communicate more. All I had to do was not cheat. All I had to do was support them. And you start realizing everything that that person was needing from you in that relationship that you've been requested of. Many times people have requested those same things from you, but that's the only person you really would give it to, because that's where you care. That's where your heart lies. And that's where you left your heart and you never really got it back. So now that this person is back in your life, or at least heading towards you, and clues are dropping, and you're realizing the fun things you used to do with that person, how lively you were with that person, and you're recognizing that you cheated of yourself of being with somebody that would love you long term. So now that you've recognized your truth, you've recognized your feelings, now it's time to live up to it. Be your best, do your best, love your best. And don't let anybody throw you off course to make you feel that you're not worthy to be loved by the right person. You know what your heart feels. You know what your heart reveals. It's up to you to move with intentional action to let that person that's missing from your life, let them know what they were needing all along from you, that you can actually give now because you've learned through the process. The one thing you must always pride yourself on is growing. And if you're not growing, you're stagnant. And if you're stagnant, what's the next step in life? This is a real, sincere love, but you got to communicate and learn to share your thoughts with one another. Laugh when a joke is told. Rub elbows. Laugh at each other. Love on each other. Do what you love. Go back to the basics, because that's what you're needing in your life right now, whether you want to accept it or not. You don't like all the chaos going on in the world because you want that lightheartedness where you can feel and get in tune with all that comes and embarks on your path. You don't want to put yourself in no corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner, or John. You know what I mean? Follow your intuition. Listen to your heart. Listen to the beat. When you're around that person or you think about that person, how do you really feel? Be honest. Share the truth, and your answers will develop and come for you. Stop wasting your time and energy on things that don't matter to you. You can't get that person out of your mind. So humble yourself and let that person know your truth. Communicate. Let them know you care. Because right now, both of you have the hearts that need to link together. You hurt each other, and be accepting and willing to forgive and to apologize. Both of you do that and build from that point on. But stop depriving yourself of the love you share. Okay? Stop making excuses, because it's great that you're working and you're building, but you had to do that for yourself. That's why you didn't have the time to really put 100% investment into that person. But now that you have what you want and you have what you need, you're still missing that love. And that love will seal that gap and take you to another level in life. Be truthful, be honest with yourself, and be willing to receive and give love. Garnet Queen Tarot here. Be inspired to rise to the best you possible. Don't let the issues and the conversations from voices that don't need to be in your business dictate your path, unless they're helping and being supportive of you growing to fill that need, that void in your heart. Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Be your best self. Love on you. Love on your source. And love on your person. Take care till we meet again. Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise. Love you guys. Take care. Talk soon.